everyone, today we are going to read We Are Grateful, Otsaliheliga by Traci Sorell, illustrated by Frané Lessac. We are grateful, Otsaliheliga. Cherokee people say Otsaliheliga to express gratitude. It is a reminder to celebrate our blessings and reflect on struggles daily, throughout the year, and across the seasons. So this is how you spell it in English. This is how you pronounce it, Otsaliheliga. This is written in Cherokee language, and this is what it means. We are grateful. Uligohati, which means fall or autumn. When cool breezes blow and leaves fall, we say Otsaliheliga. As shell shakers dance all night around the fire and burnt cedar's scent drifts upward during the great new moon ceremony, as we clean our houses, wear new clothes, enjoy a feast, and forget old quarrels to welcome the Cherokee New Year. While we collect buckbrush and honeysuckle to weave baskets, to remember our ancestors who suffered hardship and loss on the Trail of Tears, and have hope as our Elisi, grandma, cradles the newest member of the family and reveals his Cherokee name. Gola, winter. As bears sleep deep and snow blankets the ground, we say Otsaliheliga. While elders share stories and we savor buttery bean bread and steamy hominy soup, when we feed our animal and bird friends, as older children teach the younger ones how to make corn husk dolls and play cane flutes. While we gather to remember an uncle who has passed on, as men cuddle babies and sing traditional lullabies in Jalagi, Cherokee. Jalagi. Gogei, Gogei, spring. When showers fill streams and shoots spring up, we say Otsaliheliga. While men sing, asking for thunder and lightning's protection of the emerging sprouts that women tend, as we gather wild onions, spring's first food, and serve them with hen's eggs, as we practice patience to sew pucker toe moccasins and coil clay to build beautiful pots. As we plant ani, strawberries, and ancestral stories, sweet-smelling reminder not to argue with each other, as we embrace a clan relative heading off to serve our country. Goji, summer. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. As the crops mature and the sun scorches, we say Otsaliheliga. When we grasp our gigs and wade into the cool creek to catch crawdads for supper, as we sink our teeth into the season's first harvest at the green corn ceremony, while we click-clack sticks, chase a small ball, and fling it high at the stickball game pole. When we recall the ancestor sacrifices to preserve our way of life, to celebrate Nulis Tanidola, history, and listen to our tribal leaders speak at Cherokee National Holiday. Every day, every season, Otsaliheliga, we are grateful. Definition: shell shakers. Stomp dances around a sacred fire occur as part of the ceremonial life of the Cherokee. Women are the shell shakers, wearing traditional leg rattles made out of box turtle shells filled with pebbles on their calves. Women shuffle their feet in a rhythmic pattern to shake the shells, and the men sing in Cherokee. The first man calls out for others to join him. A woman follows him, and a man-woman pattern forms. Stomp dances start after sunset and often last all night. Fall celebration. The Cherokee New Year begins in the fall. Some families and communities observe the Great New Moon ceremony, while others combine it with their celebration of the annual fall meeting, what was once the Ripe Corn Festival. People fast, teach, share a community meal, and then stomp dance. Trail of Tears. Although the Cherokee people come from the southeastern United States and many continue to live there, the majority now live in Oklahoma. Indian removal by the U.S. government, or the Trail of Tears as it is known among the Cherokee, split the 7 tribal clans and families between present-day North Carolina and Oklahoma in the 1830s. Traditional Cherokee way of life focuses on a mother-centered culture, from governance to familial relations. Cherokee children belong to their mother's clan, making maternal relatives key to their upbringing. Many of these lifeways were disrupted, and many people died because of the removal. Strawberries. There is a Cherokee ancestral story called First Strawberries about the sun introducing strawberries to reunite the first man and the first woman. Gigging. Cherokee people traditionally catch crawdads using a long piece of river cane attached to a pronged metal spear called a gig. Some are made with a wire clothes hanger, a wooden broom handle, and strong tape or twine. Cherokee people fry crawdads to eat. Green corn ceremony. An important tribal ceremony featuring all-night stomp dances and fasting prior to consuming the season's first corn harvest, along with other traditional foods. Stickball. A game similar to lacrosse, but traditionally played by men to settle disputes and prevent war. Today, stickball is played before tribal ceremonies and for sport and fun in intertribal tournaments. Boys and men use 2 sticks to play, and girls and women use their hands. Cherokee National Holiday, an annual commemoration of the 1839 signing of the Cherokee Constitution. More than 60,000 people from all over the world participate in this Labor Day weekend festival held in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, the capital of the Cherokee Nation. It features a parade, traditional games, a State of the Nation address by the principal chief, live music, Cherokee food and artwork, and an intertribal powwow. The holiday occurs around the same time as the traditional Ripe Corn Festival, which celebrates the fall harvest. Author's note. Cherokee culture places a strong emphasis on expressing gratitude to Unelanahi, literally the one who provides all, or God. We also show gratitude for one another, animals, birds, plants, fish, the cosmos, water, and land. Cherokee people believe that recognizing and honoring the ways that the sacred and the duties of daily life are interwoven requires effort, ritual, and awareness, but above all, gratitude. I'm grateful for the opportunity to provide a contemporary view of Cherokee culture in this book. From my childhood until today, there have been few books that show present-day Cherokee children and their families. Most have focused on our traditional stories or historical figures and events. Other books have misrepresented our matrilineal, mother-centered culture, or perpetuated stereotypes, such as the existence of Cherokee princesses, even though royalty is a foreign concept for the Cherokee people. Many of us still observe the ancestral and ceremonial ways of life. We also live and work in the modern non-Cherokee world. Cherokee people are citizens of our tribal nation and of the United States. There are many distinct laws and responsibilities applied to us because of that dual status. We work to maintain a balance between these two worlds. Otsaliheliga for all who came before us, those here now, and those yet to come. A note about the sources for this book. In addition to my family's lived experience as Cherokee Nation citizens, I talked with traditional Cherokee artisans, storytellers, cultural bearers, and language speakers to inform my work. A variety of media and print resources are available in a classroom guide that can be found on Charles Bridges' website and at www.tracisorell.com. The Cherokee Syllabary. Cherokee people hold Sequoyah, a Cherokee blacksmith and silversmith, in high esteem for his development of the Cherokee written language. In the early 1800s, Sequoyah alone invented the Cherokee Syllabary for the language. In an alphabet, each letter has a sound, and in a syllabary, each symbol stands for a whole syllable. The tribal newspaper, the Cherokee Phoenix, was founded in 1828, and books have been published in Cherokee, including the Bible, school books, hymnals, and children's stories. Sequoyah syllabary is still taught. Cherokee people use the language for internet searches and word processing, as well as social media, texting, and email. For more information about contemporary Cherokee culture and history, visit the Cherokee Nation at www.cherokee.org. Turn the page to see the full Cherokee syllabary. So this is what their syllabary looks like. And next to each symbol, they have the sound that it makes. And here it shows the different sounds that the vowels make. And then it explains the consonant sounds. Traci Sorell's early writing reflected the Native American history, law, and policy focus of her professional background. She began writing for young people when she noticed a lack of children's books that feature contemporary Native Americans. Traci was born and raised in the Cherokee Nation and regularly participates in her tribe celebrations and events. When she isn't writing, Traci loves traveling with her husband and son. This is her first picture book. Frané Lessac is an award-winning illustrator of more than 40 books for children. She grew up in New Jersey and has lived on the small Caribbean island of Montserrat in London and now calls Australia home. Her travels have taken her on many adventures, and the countries Frané visits continue to provide inspiration for her books.